Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here for another night of SCL Auctions. That's what we're here. It's Friday. That's what we do on Friday nights. So welcome. Chris, Martin, Tech Game, YouTube God, welcome. Glad to have you all here. So yeah, to answer this, I mean, I know you posted this a while ago, so the stream starts now or in 25 minutes from when you posted this. But the auctions actually run all day. Like the auctions open up at 8 a.m. and you can place your bids at 8 a.m. if you want to. We're just here to watch the last hour. So it's not like the auctions are only open for 1 hour. It's the auctions are open all day long. Well, 12 hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. And we're just here for the last bit of it. Like I'm not going to stream for 12 hours. Not every week for the auctions. I've streamed for 12 hours before, but that's not what we're here to do right now. So, Tom, yeah, we're not going to talk about football tonight. Hopefully, maybe. Not really in the mood. Not really in the mood. So we're gonna try to focus on Skylanders tonight. We'll see how it goes. It is what it is, but we'll see how it goes. Gondo, Chef Pepperjack Demeister, welcome. Glad to have y'all here. But let's take a look at the auctions. See what we got going on tonight. So I think actually here, let's refresh this. Oh no, maybe not yet. I was gonna say we have bids on everything already, but no, I think there still might be one item without a bid. All right, we'll get to that. So we have our damaged bat spin. Damaged bat spin currently has a bid for $7. Our damaged legendary pit boss currently at $7. Damaged Starcast at $11.50. Damaged Chaos at $20.50 because it's just that minor bit of damage there with his finger. You can kind of see it in that picture, but if you really want to go check it out, you can check out the video. We have our damaged box, Light Core Prison Break for $3. Damaged box Whirlwind currently at $4. Two Happy Meal toys here currently going for $1. Superchargers disc only at $1. Master Eon's official guide for Trap Team. We've had a bunch of these Master Eon's official guides lately. I mean, I got a bunch of them at once, and then I've slowly been accumulating them since then. And so they just keep popping up in the auctions here. We'll maybe get rid of these eventually. But this guide is currently at $3.50. Then we have a couple Eon's Elite here. Not quite as complete as some we've had in recent weeks. So this is just the case, the background, and the figure. No box in there, none of the other stuff. But Eon's Elite Slam Bam here, currently going for $19. Eon's Elite Zook, currently going for $26.50. And then we have our one item that does not have a bid yet, the Skylanders Superchargers Racing Battle Pack. So this is not Superchargers. This is when they determined, hey, the Wii, it's an outdated system. We understand we're going to give it a dumbed down game that it can actually run, as opposed to Superchargers, which it would have had no chance of running properly. You know, all the games before it had their problems. So, yeah. But Superchargers Racing, that's the one with Bowser there, currently does not have a bid. That's what we're waiting for. That's the only item without a bid yet. Then we have a complete set of Skylanders Giants trading cards for the stat cards that come with the figures. So this has all of the standard figures, all of the light core figures, all of the giants, all your in-game variants, and all the magic items. So you can see them in there. You got your Granite Crusher, Jade Flashwing. There are a lot of magic variants in this one. So we had, what is that? Oh, Royal Double Trouble's in there. Scarlet and Genie, Punch Pop Fizz, the variants. And then all the legendaries down at the bottom. So complete set of cards there. We got that going on. That has a current bid of $15. Then our big items this week, we have Wildstorm, currently with a bid of $135, and Flocked Springtime Trigger Happy, big item of the night. Only $1,500 released to the public as far as we know. $150 is the current bid. $150. So, with that being said, our first item to end is going to be Eon's Elite Slam Bam. So we'll leave that there and come back here. Check out the chat. I saw you guys going off here. We'll come back and catch up with this. Try to catch up with this. No football, yeah. Yeah, Skylander Gamer TV. I don't know what's up. You're right. He's got it against the Packers, but that's about it. Who just got Pokemon Scarlet? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting about Pokemon today. New game out, I guess. Was it Scarlet and Violet? Was it? I don't pay attention. I just know they always like to do their two versions there. Yeah, Steve. I like I said, I'm gonna try not to talk about football, at least not nearly as much as I usually do, but it's become a thing now. It's become a thing. There's enough football fans in here. Biggie John, welcome. Courtney, glad to have you. Skill Sergeant, DJ Digby. Seen a few more orders come in from the UK. I put the official blog post out today, announced it official that we are shipping to the UK as well as Canada, and of course the US. So it's a good chunk of the world there. Next up, I'm working on Australia. We'll start those tests hopefully in the next week or two. But no guarantees on that. Like, we're getting into the holiday season, things are getting real busy and hectic, and I'm gonna try to keep things moving, but we'll see. How long I've been collecting those cards? I mean, I'd never buy. I've never bought a lot like specifically for the cards. All the Skylanders cards that I've got are just cards that people send along with the figures when I buy large lots. So I don't. I mean, my wife got around to sorting them this week for me, and so it was easy to go through them and pick out a complete set. And so you'll probably see a few more sets of these coming up in auctions. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I've been collecting these since I opened the shop. But I mean, I have thousands of those cards, I think. Yeah. It's thousands for sure. It's probably close to like 4,000 or 5,000 cards. Cards and stickers together, I guess, that I have. I haven't actually counted them. I don't know how many complete sets I have. Like, we'll just keep them moving as best we can. Oh, Adam, welcome. Tarnished Warrior, welcome. Those video gamers, yeah, I saw everyone freaking out over Twitter. Twitter's not dying. Twitter's not going anywhere. Um, this is Elon Musk running the company how he wants to run the company, and that's all it is. I saw a great explanation of what is probably happening um over there, and it all just comes down to he's running the company how he wants to run the company. He's he wants a small and nimble company. He didn't want a company with 7,500 employees. Um, he thinks he can run the company with like less than 1,000. So he's getting rid of everybody else one way or another, whether he's firing them outright or letting them resign. Um, like that's all that's going on. Twitter is not dying. Twitter is not going anywhere. Uh, he's not going to spend $44 billion on a company and then just let it die in a month. That no, people are overreacting. People like to get the clicks. It's Twitter's fine. Twitter's fine. Um, what else we got here? Courtney, yeah, I saw that. Taylor Swift getting top 10, 10 of 10 on like Billboard charts or whatever. Yeah. Martin, yeah, you can cancel Stackery. You can order direct from me now if you're in the UK. So that works. Um, yeah, good stuff. It's good stuff until I hit the wrong buttons again. I did it again. Let's get these auction slides back in here. There we go. Where are we at? All right. Um, what else we got here? What else we got? DJ Digby, is a platinum chest just a variant of a hidden treasure? I mean, from a figure standpoint, yes. Like they used the same mold and just colored it differently. So I guess technically you could argue that it's a variant of the hidden treasure. This gets even more convoluted because in the game it only appears as the hidden treasure because they messed that up somehow and it doesn't appear as the platinum treasure chest. They all appear as hidden treasure in the game. So I I struggle to classify it as a variant. If anything, I think Courtney's right. It's a chase variant, right? Because it doesn't appear differently in the game, but it does look different. They just managed to give us an official name for it and a trading card for the platinum treasure chest. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, the platinum treasure chest and royal double trouble are in that complete set of giants cards. So even those battlecast or not battlecast battlegrounds variants are in there. Skadooshed. Glad to have you back, Grim Reaper. Welcome, welcome. All right, Chris. Are there any Skylanders I don't have? I mean, yes. I I own. I sold off a large portion of my collection back in the day, about 5 years ago. Um, Actually, no, it wouldn't have been 5 years ago, but more like 4 years ago. Anyway, I've been slowly rebuilding my collection. I kept the series one, the first appearance of every figure, so I have every character. I've slowly been adding the reposes and variants back into my collection. I still don't have all the chase variants. I've never had all of the chase variants, but I have more chase variants now than I ever did before. So my collection is larger than it's ever been, but I still don't have, I don't have the full 603. Any thought of expanding the scope of the shop beyond Skylanders? Steven, I have absolutely considered this. Um, and part of my experimentation is when I add, random items into the auctions from time to time, like if I have amiibo or if I have Disney Infinity figures or um, Lego Dimensions or like other random items that I get. I get some Pokemon items in here sometimes. Um, I do, I put those up for sale, but I think what it comes down to is I don't have the audience right now for anything besides Skylanders. Like it wouldn't be worth my time and effort to fully stock Disney Infinity figures because I might have, half a dozen to a dozen people in my audience that would buy those figures or some of those figures. I mean, they'd probably buy 5 or 10 figures and then either they have the rest or, you know, at any number of reasons that they might stop buying them. Um, but it wouldn't be worth my time and effort to sell, to take the time to add in a few hundred listings, sort through the stock, list them, find more storage space for them, and then sell 100 figures. Um, so until I build up a wider audience, it doesn't really make sense for me to expand beyond Skylanders. Like Skylanders are what I'm known for. Skylanders are what this audience is here for. Um, I just don't think it's the right move for me at this time. When do I plan on shipping to the moon? Never. Do I have any new Skylanders in my collection? Yes. Yes, I do. Um, if you haven't been around for a while, I'd recommend tuning in next. Wait, I can't do it next Wednesday. I'm gonna be gone next Wednesday. Hmm, 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 hmm. There might be a special live stream on Monday or Tuesday before we go on holiday. Um, I have to figure out next week's schedule because after like Tuesday, we're out for Thanksgiving break. Um, so I'll have to figure out exactly what I'm doing because I did have one thing I want to show off. So yeah, I'll think about that. But yeah, there's some new stuff. I mean, just one major thing. I think everything else I've shown off at some point or another in some video form. So you've probably seen that, but um Skadooshed, you'd buy the entire Amiibo stock if they're in the shop, not auctioned. Interesting. So I mean, Amiibo would be a little bit easier to list and sell. The problem with Amiibo is I don't get them in that often. And the amiibo crowd is so much more rabid right now. Like they're still alive. They're still coming out with new figures. There there's still a ton of people collecting them. So I mean, that would make a little bit more sense to sell, but they're really hard to find cheap. So it doesn't often make sense for me to resell them. Um, I'll have to think about that. Maybe I can find a way to list a handful of figures that I get at a time. Because yeah, like I found like they don't do that well at auction, honestly. I'm probably better off just charging whatever market prices I find. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, yeah, Martin, we're up to 603. We're definitely up to 603. 3D print Skylanders, put a Skylanders NFC in 3D print and paint it. No, no. That's called counterfeiting. Like that's the entire reason I don't like NFC cards. Um, that that's counterfeiting. It's basically the definition of it. So no, I will not be doing that. Troy. Yes, you see, and that's kind of why Toys to Life failed, honestly, I think. Like it's because there was too much competition. It wasn't even so much there was too much competition. Competition is healthy, but a lot of people, a lot of collectors felt that they needed to collect all of them. There were a lot of people who started with Skylanders and then oh Disney Infinity comes out now I've got to spend half my money on Disney Infinity and half my money on Skylanders. Oh now Amiibo came out. Well now I only have a third of the money to spend on Skylanders and a third on Disney Infinity and a third on Amiibo. Oh Lego Dimensions came out. Now I only have 25% for Skylanders, 25% and so every company was getting less and less and less, fewer and fewer in sales as people were spreading their money across more and more franchises. Whereas I think like myself, I didn't really get into Disney Infinity. I didn't get into Amiibo. I did get into Lego Dimensions. I have a complete set of Lego Dimensions stuff. Um, and I have my Skylanders. I've always been into Skylanders. So like I only had two franchises that I was spending my money on. I mean, Lego Dimensions, I'm not spending money on that anymore. So now it's just Skylanders. So it's very doable. But I don't know. I don't know. What happened to cheese in my background? The cheese hasn't been in the background for a long time. It's actually on the shelf over here. Ever since I rotated my desk, I haven't had the cheese in the background. Tech game, how hard was it to set up the Canadian payments? It took some time. It took some time. There's a reason I didn't do it right away. Um, I didn't track exactly how much time it took, but there like I still have a few adjustments to make because some orders were still undercharging for shipping and it's not quite turning out the way I want it to. So yeah, yeah. Um, it'll be a work in progress, but for the most part, you know, 80% of the orders are just fine. Um, all right, we are about 5 minutes out from our first item ending, so I want to run through this list again, see where we're at here. All right, so our Eons Elite Slam Bam is now up to 2550. 2550 on the Slam Bam. Then in about 10 minutes, we'll have Eons Elite Zook currently at 2650. So 2550, 2650. And then we're going to be at that starter pack, which still does not have a bid. So Superchargers Racing starter pack for the Wii there does not have a bid yet. So I understand if not a lot of people want that game, but there's a Bowser figure in there. So still got some value, even if you don't want the game. It's got a good figure in there. Speaking of amiibo, there you go. I'm selling amiibo again. But yeah, Eon's Elite Slam Bam 2550. Next one up. Looks like we got some movement on some other stuff too. Damaged Starcast at 21. Damaged Chaos at 3050. The Superchargers for 360, the disc only, is up to 250. That's the same. That's the same. The Giants trading cards up to 1750. I think everything else is the same for now. So about 4 minutes to go until Eon's Elite Slam Bam. All right. What do we got? Skadooshed, yeah. You've been looking for amiibo now? Okay. I do think Robo's expensive. Are there really amiibo that are going for Robo prices? Like the most expensive amiibo that I've seen are generally like 100, 150 bucks. Do they have a $300 amiibo? I really haven't been following the prices that closely, so it's possible. I'm just curious. Tarnished Warrior. How is Snowder Dashman? I'm not quite sure what you're asking there. Might need some clarification. Do you think graded Skylanders card could ever become a thing? Absolutely. I have, especially over the course of the pandemic in 2020, grading cards got really out of hand. All the grading companies were super backed up. Now, most of it is like Pokemon cards and stuff like that that people really get into. But I have seen some ridiculous things get graded um, in recent years. It's like the grading companies will grade anything you send them, basically, whether it's cards or games or, I mean, anything that's collectible. Basically, they will grade for you. I mean, it may vary company to company, but I've seen a lot of things graded. So if you want to, you could absolutely get Skylanders cards graded. But I wouldn't recommend it because it actually costs quite a bit to get cards graded. And so if you don't have a super rare valuable card and you're not positive that it's going to get, like an 8, 9, or 10 and really boost the value of it, it doesn't really make sense. You're just going to lose money on it by having to pay to get it graded. Um, and I don't think right now there's any Skylanders cards that are that valuable where it would make sense to get them graded. So I mean, we I was happy the other week when I sold a complete set of Skylanders Battlecast cards. It was 270 cards in the set. Sold it for just over $100. So, I mean, that's less than $1 a card. That's less than 50 cents a card. Actually, yeah, it's less than like 30 cents a card. Doing quick math there. But yeah, like when you're paying 50 cents a card, that's not worth getting graded. Even some cards I've sold individually in smaller lots, like tops, I would maybe say, $5 a card if it's a harder to find card. Like even that I don't think pays to get graded. Like the cards that people are getting graded are worth hundreds or if not thousands of dollars. So like we don't have any of those cards. So it would have to be something where they come out with a new set of cards, Skylanders pick up popularity again, and then maybe. Or if someone creates a Skylanders TCG, ooh. I wonder what a Skylanders TCG would look like. I have not thought about that. I've thought about various forms Skylanders game could take, and like if they made official NFC cards, that'd be cool. But what if it was a Skylanders TCG trading card game? That I think that could be possible. That could be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I would be interested at least. Yeah, Obsession, I'm right there with you. Don't quite have the full collection of Skylanders, but 100% on LEGO Dimensions. Skadooshed. U.S. shipping during the holiday season is now at $6.45. Went up 50 cents from the $5.95. It's now $6.45. If the Postal Service sticks to their word and drops the shipping cost after the holiday season, which is for them and sometime in January, I think it's like January 22nd or something. If they drop the prices back to where they were, I will absolutely be dropping my price back as well. But last year, they only kind of sort of dropped the price back. On certain products, they reverted the price, and on other ones, they kind of kept the new price or at least part of the price. So, like I said, that's the caveat. I would love to drop the price back to where it was, but that's only if they drop the price. If they're going to keep going at these prices, I need to keep it up at my price. But yes, US right now, US shipping cost is at $6.45 right now. Yeah, we got some Sky Meebo. Oh, I forgot about that amiibo even. It was that one like a Japanese only release or something like that? Tarnished Warrior minimum price for Snowderdash. I mean, I think like the auction price last week. I think I started at $75, maybe. That seems familiar. Yeah, I think so. Tech, hold on. What we are not watching the time here at all. I'm just having fun answering questions. All right. Eon's Elite Slam Bam ends at 25.50. Eon's Elite Zook ends in less than a minute now. So let's get that picture up there for a couple seconds at least. Currently at $28. Unless we go into overtime, that'll be ending very soon. So get your bids in for Eon's Elite Zook at $28 right now. That'll be followed up by the Superchargers Racing Starter Pack currently with no bids. So that can be yours for minimum bid right now. That'll be followed up with the Giants trading cards, currently up to $19. $19 there. So let's take another look here and see if another look at Zook ends at $28. $28 for Eon's Lead Zook. We are on to the Superchargers Racing Starter Pack with no bids. No bids. All right. Tech. Do you think Breeze is a decently rare card wise? So my opinion on cards is the cards have the exact same rarity as the figures, because that's the only way you could get the cards. Literally. Like, the cards only were released with the figures. So if the figure is rare, the card is rare. The big difference, and why like you're not charging $100 for a Breeze card, is that there's the demand is not there for the cards. For every 100 people that want Breeze, the figure, I'd say there's probably 5 or 10 people that want the card. Like the gap is just huge. Like, even if you bring it up to like 40 or 50%, I think I had a poll once where I asked how many people collect the stat cards, right? And it was somewhere around 50%. But still, even at like a 2-to-1 ratio, people would much rather have the figures that they can collect and play with than the cards that are just collectible. So that's the huge gap there. But the cards have the exact same rarity as the figures. But I would also argue that the cards could and might actually be more rare than the figures now. When they first released, they had the same rarity. When nowadays, though, a lot of people just toss out the cards. Because there were a lot of people that didn't collect them. The kids, right? The kids didn't care as much about the cards and stickers. They may have actually used the stickers and then tossed the cards and kept the figure. And so countless cards, I'm positive, have hit the garbage. They're in the dump. They're decomposing. Whereas the figures, I mean, even just when, mom goes through little Johnny's room after he's gone off to college and finds his Skylanders figures, say, hey, we're going to sell these Skylanders figures, and finds the cards and it's like, oh, these are garbage. And dumps the cards, keeps the figures. So, I mean, there is an argument to be had for the cards are now more rare than the figures. But once again, the demand is just not there for them. And that's why the prices aren't there. All right. Cheapest you've seen Snow Dash with 150. Yeah. I mean, Snow Dash always goes up in price, but I think I start it at like 75. I mean, yes. So Battlecast was technically a TCG. I mean, it was a trading card game. I mean, to begin with, it was basically a digital trading card game with physical collectibles. But yeah, I'm picturing a true offline Skylanders TCG, because the TCG doesn't work without the app. The Battlecast does not work without the app. All right. Angus, yeah, if you send me an email, I mean, I will absolutely get to you. Um, But yeah, if it's specific to your order or whatever, I'm not gonna deal with that publicly here. But yeah, I will reply to you. Don't worry. Polka is Double Trouble 1.5 rare. Yes and no. I mean, it was technically a starter pack figure. And all right, so Supercharged Racing starter pack does not sell tonight. Does not sell. So we're on to the complete set of Giants trading cards, currently sitting at $19. That will be followed up by Wildstorm, who is currently at 135. 135. Quick recap then of everything else. Actually, here let's go through this. Whoa. All right. Damage bat spin at 750. Polka Scott, I will get to your question in a minute. 750. Legendary Pit Boss at $7. Starcast at 3050. Chaos at 3050. Light Core Prism Break at $3. Whirlwind at $4. The Happy Meal toys at $1. Superchargers disc only at $250. Master Eon's official guide for Trap Team at $350. We sold. Cards are up at 19. Yeah, Wildstorm at 135 and Flock Springtime Trigger Happy is currently at 161. 161, so we got a little bit of movement there. But we'll back this up. We are at the cards right now. Folks, Scott, Double Trouble 1.5. So, I mean, it's technically, like I said, a starter pack figure. It was only in the Battleground starter pack, which is a starter pack that not a lot of people were really interested in. It was a starter pack for an iOS app. And it included figures that most people already had. So, like, I think this was aimed at, they wanted to get into the app game. I mean, they always were in the app game, but they wanted to get more people into Skylanders through the apps and into the figures through the apps. And this was their attempt at that, which I mean, I think most of the people who wanted the figures probably had a console. And so they were buying the console starter pack and therefore didn't need the Battleground starter pack. I think most people who bought the Battleground starter pack were getting it just for like the variants. So they wanted Royal Double Trouble. They maybe wanted Double Trouble 1.5. They wanted the Platinum Treasure Chest. Like that's why people were buying it. And then they just had duplicate figures otherwise. So there were plenty of the figure produced, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like there's plenty of the figure out there. There are, I wish I had production numbers. I really do. Because I would guess that even though it's a starter pack figure, because it was kind of a minor starter pack, there probably less of it than most. Well, I mean, less than the console starter packs for sure. But I think there's probably less than just a standard release of a figure. So like Series 2 Double Trouble. Like there's probably way more Series 2 Double Troubles than there are 1.5s. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, judging on the price that I have and how often I see it, like I sell it for $10. It pops up every couple of weeks. So I mean, it's not super rare. But yeah. It's another one of those that it can, even though it's a little bit harder to find, the price depends on demand. So not everybody cares for it. All right. Do. There are eBay listings for the Swap Force flip motion cards. PSA 10. Yeah. I mean, they may have them listed for $234. I'd be very surprised if they have ever sold one of those graded cards for 3 figures. I mean, if someone had a graded card for like $10, I might pick it up. But nah. Nah. All right. All right. 7:45 brings us the end of the trading cards. Complete set of trading cards goes for $19. See, once again, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not a huge demand for these things. We had just a couple of people bidding on it, and I think it's like 66 cards, I think, go for $19. Once again, that's like 30 cents a card. Not that impressive. All right. What's up next? Wildstorm. Wildstorm has moved up slightly to 140.50. 140.50 for Wildstorm. And Flock Springtime Trigger Happy took a big jump up to 240.50. 240.50. So $100 above Wildstorm there. Gondo, do you go for Wildstorm or wait to find it for cheaper? That's your call. I am not going to tell you how to spend your money. That's completely up to you. Can you find them cheaper? If you keep a watchful eye out, yeah, absolutely. I've seen them go for cheaper, but they're probably getting harder and harder to find as more and more collectors are getting their hands on them. So we'll see. I mean, I think one of the best things about Wildstorm is he actually unlocks the level too. You can actually get to the rest of the game. All right. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, never mind. I just got logged out. Let's try this again. That's not something you want to have happen in the middle of a stream. Just a moment. Troy, how many Flock Springtime Trigger Happies have I had? So yeah, as I mentioned in the title of this stream, I've actually had 4 of them. I never expected that, but I've bought some pretty big collections over the years, and some of them were from very hardcore collectors, and they had these Flock Springtime Trigger Happies in there. So I've had 2 in box, 2 out of box. I have now sold 1 in box, 1 out of box. This is the second one out of box, and I'm keeping the other in box one for my collection. So I've had my hands on 4 of these, or 4 of the Flock Springtime Trigger Happies. All right. So, looks like Wildstorm is up to 143.50, and I think is going into overtime. Yeah, it looks like overtime there. So, well, he goes into overtime. We'll get another quick recap here because these are coming up next in the next 5 minutes or so. Damage Bat Spin up to 12.50. Legendary Pit Boss up to 20.50. Starcast at 30.50. Chaos at 30.50. Lightcore Prison Break at $3. Whirlwind at $4. The Happy Meal toys at $1. Superchargers disc at $2.50. Master Eon's official guide at $6. So a lot of movement there for a lot of those products. Wildstorm, yep, overtime at $143.50. Flock Springtime Triggers Happy standing at $240 for the time being. And we'll keep an eye on all of that. All of that here. All right. Martin, didn't you have an inbox SSA gold? I don't think I have any of the gold ones. I have silver. I have silver boomer and silver dino rang. But I don't have any of the gold ones. So I guess you dreamt that. But yeah. Let's check in on Wildstorm. Wildstorm is still going. 151.50. Wow, that's weird to say. 151.50. $151.50. There we go. Going into its third overtime, looks like. So keep an eye on Wildstorm there, but also keep an eye on all of the other figures ending at 7:55. Only 4 minutes away from those. Starcast up to 31. A little bit of movement there. Got another bid. Everything else seems to be holding steady for the moment. Have about 3 minutes left on those. Keep an eye on Wildstorm here. 152 on Wildstorm. I think we're getting close to that final price. Slowly creeping up 50 cents at a time. 152. Legendary Pit Boss up to 21. Starcast up to 35. All right. A lot of last minute interest in some of these, especially those Imaginators, which does not surprise me. A lot of people still trying to get their hands on Imaginators figures. It can be tough, for sure. They're some of the hardest ones for me to find. It's always disappointing then when they're damaged, but it is what it is. But I am kind of happy to see that Starcast is doing better than Chaos right now. Starcast is still one of my favorites. All right. Wildstorm, how you doing? You finish? Yes, there we go. Wildstorm sells for 152. 152. There you go. Gondo, you have a price point. Most recently sold here for 152. So if you can get it for less than that, you're probably doing well. All right. So then we're on to our plethora of items ending in about 2 minutes. All of these ending at the same time. So we'll kind of flip through them again. We got Batspin at $12.50, Legendary Pit Boss at 21, Starcast at $38.50, Chaos at $30.50, Lightcore Prison Break up to $4.50, Whirlwind at $4, Happy Meal Toys at $1, the game disc at $2.50, and the book at $6. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of movements as we move into the final minute here and possibly into overtime, which I haven't explained overtime yet. So it looks like some of these are going to hit overtime too. Batspin just went up to 15:50 in the last minute here. So if you are new here, if you're unfamiliar with our overtime policy, our soft close auctions, this is the opposite of eBay. We don't like sniping here. We want people to be able to get in all the bids they want to get in. So if anybody places a bid on an auction within the last minute, it adds another minute to the timer. So there's no such thing like as a last second bid here. There has to be like a full minute with nobody bidding on it for these auctions to end. So that's what's going on here. We are now at 7:55, so I bet you a bunch of these ended, but a few of them are in overtime. So Batspin still going in overtime at $17. Legendary Pit Boss ended at 21. Starcast is still going at $40. Chaos ended at 32.50. Lightcore Prison Break ended at 5.50. Whirlwind ended at 4. Happy Meal Toys went for $1. The Superchargers disc went for $2.50, and Master Eon's official guide went for $6. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over to our Flock Springtime Trigger Happy because that's just 5 minutes away. We'll keep our eyes on the other overtime auctions here. So we had Batspin and Starcast, who may be over now. Maybe. No, they're both still going. Batspin up to 1850 and Starcast at 4050. So definitely some interest there. Good to see. Mysteries Music finally got Doomstone. Yes. Nice. So I'll let you form your own opinion on Doomstone and come back and report maybe next week. I'll be off next week, 2 weeks from now, after Thanksgiving. So yeah, anybody who hasn't heard me talk about this yet, next week we're basically taking off. We'll be processing orders and everything Monday and Tuesday, but from Wednesday on, like there's no mail on Thursday. We're taking the holiday off, spending time with families and such. So throughout that holiday, there will be the Black Friday sale. You'll still be able to place orders and stuff, but they won't get shipped out until the following week. So keep that out there. But Doomstone, let me know what you think of him. Then we can swap opinions. But Jemima, did you get Wildstorm? Did you win that? That's awesome if you did. Congratulations. Try getting both Starcast and Chaos. Yeah, we'll see. So Starcast ends at 40.50. Batspin is still going at 25. Batspin at 25. And what's Flock Springtime Trigger Happy? So 240.50. 240.50. All right. Coda Crew got Pit Boss and Chaos. Nice. 2 more Imaginators for the collection. There we go. Pumpkin Face, welcome. All right. What else we got here? Batspin. Have you ended yet? No. Up to 26.50. Moving into overtime number 5. But Flock Springtime Trigger Happy ending in about 2 minutes at 240.50. 240.50. Is that going to be the final price? Or are we going to have some last minute bidding going on here for our big figure of the night? That guy right there. Flocked Springtime Trigger Happy. One of 1,500 in existence. Can it be had for $240.50? We'll see. Batspin still at 26.50. And there we go. Trigger Happy jumps to 276.50. 276.50. Definitely getting up there. Batspin still holding out at 20. Wait, yeah, 20. Nope, 30. Batspin into overtime number 6 at $30. $30. And Trigger Happy. Oof. Biggest auction we've had in quite some time. Crosses $300. $300.50. 350. 350. There we go. I'm not sure how I'm giving off Kevin O'Leary vibes, but thanks, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Mason, you got Conceit on batsman? Ooh, ooh. We'll see. We'll see. So does that mean Batspin is ended? Are we done with Batspin? Oh, looks like we got a few seconds left. So it's sitting at $30 there. See how that goes. All right. Trigger happy though, up to 340.50. Wow, leaps and bounds. Overtime number 2, but just not going up 50 cents at a time tonight. We're jumping. We're making big leaps here. Oh, Tech, you're out. You're out on trigger. Oof. You know, Courtney getting instructions from the wife. Better not bid on this one. Oh, so okay. Actually, that's a good question. How many of you out there in the chat actually does anybody own Flock Springtime Trigger Happy? Any of you? I'm curious now. I mean, I know I've obviously sold some of them, but I don't know how many of them were purchased by you. Batspin at 30.50, overtime number 7 there, and Trigger Happy at 350.50. Ooh. Skylanders Gamer got one in 2017. Nicely done. Obsessions got one. Cool, cool. Troy getting orders from the girlfriend as well. Yep. All right. All right. Are we gonna finish these up or? All right. There, Batspin. Batspin goes at 30.50. That's a final there. And Flock Springtime Trigger Happy. We got a few seconds left unless we get another bid. We're at 350.50. Tom, you have one too. Awesome. Gondo, no, this is not the most expensive item. We've had, although it could be by the end of the day here. Trigger Happy up to 361. So the current record holders, for a long time, it was Robo, which was purchased by Skadoosh at $400. But that was beat out by the replica Heartbreaker Buckshot that Earthen Avenger painted. That one sold for 450, I think. I think it was like 450. I'll check that again after this auction ends here. We'll see if we beat that, but 370.50. $370.50. Got a lot of bidders in on this one tonight. Actually, no, I take that back. It's not that many bidders. Not that many unique bidders. A lot of bids. But 370.50. We'll see how this goes. All right. 376. 376. That's overtime number 5 for Flocked Springtime Trigger Happy as well. Pumpkin Face, have I ever painted my own costume or customs? No. No, I have not. I have not gotten into painting. I don't have a lot of good ideas for what I would want to paint as far as customs go. And like I don't have a very steady hand, so I don't think they would turn out too well. All right. 805. Is that the end? No, it's not. It's not 377.50. All right. Let's hear it from everybody who's left here. Are we over or under 400? Is Flock Springtime Trigger Happy going to end over or under $400? We're currently at 377.50. I can see if this is updated. But 377.50. Got a couple of seconds here, possibly until it ends. Over or under? Mason says over. Under. Under. All right. All right. Under. See when it hits 806. Is it over? Is it over? Come on, refresh, refresh. We're still going. We're still going. 379. A lot of unders. Wow. A lot of unders. Wow. Yeah. Under the alt spread of 430. We'll see. We'll see. If you're going 430, you're in the over category. 379 right now. But this could be it. 807, we'll find out. All right. How does Snow Dash look with the lights on? She's okay. I think she could look better. Like honestly, I think the original light core looks better lit up. Still going 380.50. 380.50. Kitty, yeah. Better buy the wife some flowers. She's not a big fan of flowers. But yeah, I understand the sentiment. All right. 380.50, inching closer and closer to that 400 mark, but the way it's slowed down here, like we were jumping like 20, 30 bucks at a shot before. Now we're jumping 50 cents. There it goes. $380.50. Flock Springtime Trigger Happy. That's going to finish the auctions for this week. So, we got shop update video tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time. The update happens at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then next week, we're basically off. So next week, there will be no live streams. There will be no auctions and no shop update either, actually. So next week, we'll just have Black Friday sale that will run from Black Friday, which is the what day of the week date is that actually? What day of the week is Black Friday? So it's the 25th. It'll run all the way through Monday. So the 25th through the 28th will be the Black Friday sale. So we'll have that up for you all weekend. But yeah, go enjoy some time with family, friends. Take some time off the internet. And we'll be back the following week. So thank you all for hanging out. Thanks all for watching. And have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks, or I guess week and a half technically. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy fourth Thursday of November to everybody outside of the US. Yes, I know. Not all of you celebrate Thanksgiving. I get it. Happy Thursday. Enjoy.